This past weekend I put a 4.5-inch metal cloak game changer lift and 37s on fuel culvert wheels on the Rubicon. It's a 2014. Problem is, to mount the 37-inch wheel, I had to go with an aftermarket tire carrier. I went with a JCR. Love it. It opens with a tailgate, so it's a pretty cool setup. Problem is, no third brake light. So what you get is a dangly wire. Nobody likes dangly wires. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to mount it on the front side of the tire carrier. So when I hit the brakes, it'll shine through the wheels. Now to do that, I do a little modifying to the original tire carrier, or the light. Let me set this down and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, what I've done, this is your third brake light mount. Now I took some tin snips and just slowly cut away. You want to be careful, you don't want to crack your lands or the housing. It's all sealed and weatherproof, you don't want to jack with it. Take your time, chip it away, this will eventually come off. And what I did from there is I took a coarse file, cleaned all this up. Now we're going to drill 2 holes for this, and we need to drill a hole for the connection, because the connection actually sets higher than these. So we have to drill it a little bit bigger than our connection, so the connection will fit through the material, through the metal. Now to do that, we just got to mark our holes and get to drilling. Now I advise, because I'm going to use a 7/8 for this center, because even though it's just over a 1/2 inch here, when you go diagonal for it to fit in, you're looking close to 13/16. So I just go ahead and 7/8. And I believe the bit I'm going to use for this is a 29/64 for these holes. As always, when you're drilling big holes like that, start small, step up, it'll make it a lot easier. So I'm going to get the camera set up over there and we'll start doing this. Okay, a few quick tips here before I do this. I'm not going to roll the film while I'm drilling. That'd be boring as heck. So a couple things you want to do is, you're going to want to protect your rim unless you just take it off. This is a heavy tire. I don't want to take it off unless I have to. So what we're going to do is we're just going to protect our wheel. This will keep any metal shavings, WD-40 and stuff. That's what I'm going to use for the lubricant as I drill. You don't want to burn up your drill bits. So we're going to do that right there. Just stuff it in there. The only thing you have to watch out for is when your drill goes through, it doesn't catch on there. It doesn't catch on the fabric. Make sure you're all good and comfortable with that. The other thing is center punch. Center punch your holes. You don't want your drill bits wandering out your holes. And I would recommend drilling the center one first, the big one. It's easier to alter these two, because I do believe that center connection sits a little bit lower than these holes, so you can't actually drill them in a straight line, it won't fit. So I'd recommend drilling the center one first. We'll get them drilled, come back. Okay, and this is what we ended up with. I used a 1/2 inch for these and a 1 inch here. At the end of this video, I'm going to display a diagram of your whole layout, make it a little simpler on you. Let's go ahead and get the light mounted in there, and I'll show you why I went to a 1 inch right here instead of the 7/8. Okay, quite simply, this will not fit into a 7/8. You need a bigger hole for the plug-in to go into. Let's go ahead and mount that light and see how it looks. And another thing is, because this material is not very thick, well, it's thick, it's easily 3/16. I had to put 4 washers on here, otherwise these will stick out and it's not going to tighten up. So I put 4 washers on there, and the washer on the original hardware that came with it. Slide that up in there. Now the reason I went with a 1/2-inch holes is I want to be able to just have some maneuverability, play around, get everything lined up the way I wanted it to. And having a little bit bigger hole there, because I knew I was going to put washers on it anyway, having a little bigger hole right there gives you a little bit more room for adjustment. That's a T20, or yeah, T20 that'll tighten these up. Now for now, I'm just going to snug them, and I'll get it plugged in and make sure that's all lined up nice. And once it's lined up nice, then I can plug it in or tighten it up and call this project done. In case you might notice, I did get some paint on here. Last thing you want is exposed metal rusting. And guys, this doesn't have to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. No one's going to see this. All they're going to see is your brake light coming through your wheel. Thank you for that. That is a done deal. 3rd brake light, plugged in, easy as can be. Doesn't cost you a dime, just a little bit of time. Hit that like, let me know what you think about this video. I'll put that diagram up there and also show you what this looks like with it on. Thanks for watching. One more quick side note. This is a JCR swing out tire carrier. I don't know if this will work for yours, but so long as you have a flat spot to mount this, you can figure it out. Just got to get in there and try, take a look at what you got, see what you can do. Keep jeeping.